Welcome, 1616, and we're back. Welcome, returning and new subscribers. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Alvala Pantera. Welcome, and we're going to get into our messages. But one thing I can say, you're approaching a moment of just being so you can heal emotionally and physically. And when I mean being, it's possibly being around those things or energies that trigger the essence that connects to a wound. But you're being brought to this space. The door has been opened, okay, for you to see all of this energy that connects to you being connected to an old paradigm, a paradigm of competition, the paradigms of envy, the paradigms of jealousy, the paradigms of lack. You're literally being pulled into this sphere or this environment energetically, for some of you, it's spiritually or mental, but based on your journey and your story, that which is within your emotions, the energy in motion. So the waters within you, you're being brought to these spaces so that way it can be cleared. But you must be present for it to be cleared. So this is like showing up for the opportunity for clearance of emotional, mental, physical, spiritual wounding. And in that presence, you're now able to receive the healing. So it's like showing up. You got to show up for this. So let's get into the messages. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors, protectors, warriors, ascended masters that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me, as me, for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see. I connect my heart and soul to my heart and soul, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So it is. Welcome, Alana. So here we go. Let me pull from my deck here. Sirens coming through here, 420. 420 again, 3 days in a row, being significant. Yeah, see? Emotional wound, family, healer. Gotta show up for it, okay? Gotta show up for it. Source is right here. Source is with you. Source is with you. For some of you, this emotional wounding is connected to a mental state. You're being asked to be mindful of what it is that you're conscious of. 6 months. This has to do with new moon in Libra, and we are approaching the full moon in Libra. When we're looking at the full moon where it is in the sky, you would think it would be a Virgo full moon because it's in the constellation of Virgo, but constellations and zodiacs are two different things. So it's going to be close to the star that's in the bag of wheat listed as Spica. Okay. And depending on when you've been subscribed to this channel, we touched up on that as far as something significant when it comes to this country in general. The Washington Monument that looks like a pendulum, even, or one of those crystals in the shape of that monument. That monument is a total of 666 feet tall. 505 feet above ground and 111 feet below ground, and it's directed towards the star Spica. And as you all know, or if you don't know, this country is in its Pluto return, where things are being transformed and cleansed to shift the paradigm. Hence, there are things that are also going to shift financially. Okay. So, 6 months, significant. Welcome, Fatima. And we got the second deacon here. Second deacon of Libra. As far as the minor arcanas, that will be the Three of Swords. Okay. Listen, sister, and welcome. You were just listening to the last one. So, yes, collective. This is about showing up. I feel like for some of you, that showing up is going to present itself through what used to put you in a state of either anxiety, depression, anger. Peace enters your life when you surrender. Let's see here. Some of you are healing for your entire family. So some of you could be going through some type of emotional wound where you feel like if you can shift, they can shift, but their shift depends on your shifting. You'll know exactly who this is based on what happens next. Head on a swivel while in legacy mode. Yeah, okay, so this could have something to do with the blocking of the second chakra, the sacral. Some of you are very creative, highly creative, legendary. You may have a lot of Pisces, Leo energy in your chart, as well as Aries, which makes you a go-getter. Taurus too. And now you're focusing more on who is it that you can connect to that is focused on building the legacy no matter what's going on in the environment. Okay. Once you clear out the space that you've been holding space for. Okay. You're being asked to wake up at this time as your soul is rising with the frequency of the planet. Ancient Kemet, Pluto in Leo, well, not so much Pluto in Leo, the age of Leo. And here we are in the age of Aquarius, the polar opposite. You know how to create based on that power that you've had from a past life here. You're definitely connected to the Most High, Anubis as well. Speaking of the underworld. So something here has definitely gone through a gestation process, and you're being asked to be patient with divine intervention. And we have two yellow cards symbolic of the solar plexus, as this is the way it's coming through. So be conscious of what your gut is telling you. And then the other yellow cards were healer and wake up, your soul is rising with the frequency of the planet. Let me check to see what planetary hour we're in, but the moon hour is very significant as far as you meditating and receiving revelations, and we are currently in the moon hour. Okay. Let's see what we're doing here. Let's see what we're doing here. Let's see. What's the message? What's the message here for the collective? What's the message for the collective? The reason for some of you not being able to be as creative as you're supposed to be because you don't feel secure in your environment. But it's time to let that go and still move the way you would move, being in the space that you feel secure in, because this is how you're going to bring it to you. Yeah. You got to release the karma here and connect to your mysticism and your own ideals. The blue avian card came out in reverse. And in reverse, where's my little booklet? In saying booklet, it reminded me of Piglet for some reason. Bringing the exoteric back to a esoteric nature. Information overload. Okay. Information overload that leads into ignorance. This could either be you or energies around you carrying a messiah complex. Now, obviously, that would be like a know it all, but a know it all that doesn't actually follow through with what they're actually saying. So that can create confusion for those of you who are in that energy as far as your belief systems. Once you get to the bottom, or the esoteric nature of the exoteric, that which is outside. Show me this energy. Why are the blue aliens here in reverse? Regarding philosophy, releasing karma, and mysticism, we have the Ace of Coins, Eye of Ra, Page of Swords. Yeah, definitely having to disconnect or detach here. Yep, from things of the past, your childhood specifically, when it comes to the perception of work or what you have to do in order to get what you want. That if you don't work hard enough, you can't get this, that, or whatever. Some of you are not actually built that way. This is why you may have gone through bouts of anxiety or depression. I'm not your doctor, but I'm just letting you know how energy flows. When you know yourself, certain people are built to work and work and work and work. Others of you may neglect yourself from taking naps or getting rest or waking up too early in terms of your body not fully rejuvenating itself. I don't know if y'all remember. Yep, of course y'all do. But there was a time where you would see all over social media, Team No Sleep. That shit in itself was a whole ritual too. You better get your rest. You better get your rest. Whenever you feel to get your rest, and work whenever you feel you want to go to work. And that's the thing. I feel like some of you are stepping into entrepreneurship, where it's like the reason why you have been inspired and motivated to get to this path of entrepreneurship is because you enjoy what you do. It may seem like a lot of work to somebody else, but for you, this is what you were destined to do, and you know this, and you have gone through, this path of getting to know yourself to realize this about yourself, which allows you now, Page of Swords, to detach and connect to this Ace of Coins, this new beginning in your physical reality. The Ace of Coins is also new money. This could even be a different relationship that you have now with money too, because of disconnecting from a subconscious program of how to attain it. It's just like a relationship. It is a relationship. It's a currency exchange. If you're in a partnership with someone and they feel like they don't deserve you, how are you going to feel? You're going to feel disconnected. That's the same way money operates. If you feel like you don't have enough of it, or you have a hard time getting it, well, you're telling that currency it's hard to attain you, and that's all it's going to hear, and it's going to be harder to attain it. 1333. When it's a simple exchange, it's energy. Because money goes where it's wanted. Money goes where there's a very least to no path of resistance. That's where money goes. We got the Two of Swords here, Moon and Libra with the Five of Wands, Saturn and Leo. Some of you, that is the karmic lesson here, the way you connect with money. Emotional wound. Some people in your family feel like that you being a healer or doing things that are esoteric is not a way for you to secure yourself. But from what you do, this is exactly how it goes for you. Everyone is different. You feel me? Welcome, beloved. Let's see here. The moon. Moon in Libra. Yes, indeed. Moon in Libra is coming up in here in an opposition to the sun that's in conjunction to Chiron. And also you got the other centaur asteroid Chariklo that's helping with that healing on a mental, emotional, and physical standpoint. But this is what I mean about you have to be present. You have to show up. This is a moment to show up in front of those wounds, show up in front of those situations, and hold the space this time for yourself, for your higher awareness when it comes to your higher consciousness, and you realizing that you are God. If you're still having an issue with realizing that you are God, everything else that has to do with creation is going to be there's going to be static in between you and that creation. You are the generator, operator, and destroyer. Welcome, beloved. What else you got here? The sun, I'm telling you. That's it. That's it right there. That is it right there. Because Chiron is opening that door to all delusion that leads to wounding. Chiron is opening that door of the emotional wounds here. Some of you are going to have to forgive yourself, which now has a ripple effect of forgiving others. You got to forgive yourself first. Some of you don't even know what to forgive yourself about. That could be causing confusion as far as what you're being asked to do from your higher self. This is really ain't got nothing to do with the people around you. They're a reflection of everything going on within you. The moment you can sit and pause with yourself and meditate on what's going on within and see how it's being reenacted without, therefore people around you, experiences that you have, you're going to be able to see where is it that you connect with this type of vibration, where even if you're not having a verbal conversation, you're still having a spiritual experience. You're still having an energetic experience because the energy is around you. Judgment. Two of coins. Some of you have been juggling something that's not even your calling. It's not even your calling. And this is why you got walls up. You're going to put walls instead of boundaries in front of things that is not your calling. Because protecting yourself could literally be, it still reflects you loving, bringing love into the situation, but doing that from a distance. Some of you are still too close around these energies that you have to protect yourself from, and now you're on defense mode. And defense mode is it's a low vibration. It's yes, it's war. Knight of Cups here. You have an offer that's literally around you, that's coming in, or some type of proposal that contains grace. But you have to be in a state of grace too, because you may not even see this for what it is. This is also could be for some of you who have been through that journey where you couldn't see something for all that it was, and now it comes back around and you can see the full 100 or the full essence of this frequency. Welcome, loves. Welcome, y'all. Let me see what else we got. Yeah, because the Mercury squaring the Pluto on the 3rd, which is when it's going to be exact. That obsessive thought that you've been having is going to come to the forefront. Be present for that. Be present for what it is that you're obsessively thinking about, and reflect on you. Why are you overthinking this? Why are you overthinking this? But you have to get real still, because you can still, in me saying, why are you thinking this, while you're already in this state of overthinking, you can add more to the thinking aspect where it doesn't really get you anywhere. So what that would mean is you would have to step away from blaming yourself and blaming anybody else for whatever it is that you got going on. Okay, whatever emotional wound that you have going on, just see it for what it is. Because I'm pretty sure there's something that you decided to do to get yourself out that funk. Every action isn't equal to opposite reaction or response. What else? We have the Arcturians and the Anunnaki, 6-5, and number 7 here. Okay. So this is like going from a high vibration, going back to the 5, and then going straight to 7, but 7 going straight to 1 instead of 7 going straight to 1. Ugh. This is where you have to show up at. There we go. Feeling safe, wisdom keepers. Feeling safe is key here. This is why the North Node, not why the North Node is in Taurus, but with the North Node being in Taurus, you're being asked to go where it is that you feel safe with this wisdom that you have. And this wisdom comes when you go through the obstacles and challenges and go through the transformation. Scorpio, South Node. The Anunnaki speaks of controlling drama and conflict of interest. Yeah, and this is happening on based on this nation in general is going through all of these changes here. Anything that's a conflict of interest for the soul is being removed. Pluto in Aquarius, power of the collective in harmony, power of the collective that want to be there for others. Tau sentience, gang, gang, resilient, bold, and sassy. Gang, gang. Okay, let's go into this. Let's get some more messages here. Lord Shiva, having to do with Scorpio energy as well, the underworld too. But it's divine masculine energy, divine masculine, divine feminine, the balance between the two. That's how I'm picking up on the energy now. Learn from the past, do not stay there. And as you're not staying there, make sure moving forward that you're connecting and having communication with and on purpose. Your ascendant sign at this time is significant. That could be the energy you're going to want to listen to, and the ruling planet of that sign, come full moon in Libra, or Mars in Cancer graded that I did when we were going through the signs. Then we have Proverbs 21:14, a gift in secret pacifies and turns away anger, and a bribe in the lap strong wrath. So what this is saying here, it's like some of these emotional wounds are being covered up by people who have actually been the influence to it, where they're giving you gifts only as a source of convenience for them, so they won't look a certain way. Like this, I don't even want to get too deep into that, because if that's you resonate with that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Other than that, yep, let's get back to it. I am enough to be able to move forward and be resourceful. Exactly that. That's why. Yep. 133-1033, divine guidance surrounds you now. Let's get into the tarot spread, but let's see what your message of guidance is. Today is not the day for the drama for me with these cards. You can show up for whatever it is that is that wound, and you showing up for your wound, it has to do with your Chiron, looking at the relationship Chiron has to your other planets or objects in your chart, especially the house that it's in. We talk about this constantly. We got the bear, yeah. So you can step into unconditional love, be playful and protective. But this protection, again, is connected to unconditional love, where you step away as a form of protection, not keeping the energy around you and protecting yourself while the energy is around you. So for some of you, I get that you may be in a situation where you're around these people for whatever time frame that you are there. It's time to shift the mindset. It's really time to shift the mindset, even to the point where you're seeing the magic within you, that in you shifting your mindset, something has to happen with the energy around you. Some of you haven't gotten to that space yet to see the shift happen. Listen, what It's the moon. Yeah, it's the moon hour, right? That's the mother crone energy coming through. You're being guided to rest and enjoy yourself and others. You are being guided to rest and enjoy yourself and others. Create balance in your life and follow your truths. You will intuitively know when and how to take inspired action. You have immense inner wisdom and physical strength. The bear. Mama told me not to sell or is wild because that's the headpiece takeoff card. So it's something I had to take off the bear. Mm-hmm. And you got the wolf. That that was a whole setting of it too. Loyal, respectful, alert, playful. You're being guided to lead by example. You see that? Be kind, compassionate, and have unconditional love towards yourself and others. Access your inner brilliance, utilize your infinite power, break free from any limiting paradigms and begin to walk your new path today, not tomorrow, today, right now. This over here, access your inner brilliance, utilize your infinite power to break free is exactly what I was telling, what I was just saying not too long ago. In the way you shift your mindset about what's going on around you. When you do this, you're going to see the change. First and foremost, what's going to happen is you're no longer going to be irritated in that energy. So as you do that, just know this: the energy around you is going to pull out their bigger guns to get a reaction. But you've already gone through so many different triggers where it's like they can't even pull that. Okay, say less. 444. Okay, that's a whole word right there. Let's look at these tower messages. 144. The way you express yourself, your verbiage is either your life or your death. Just keep it as that. The way you express yourself is either your life or your death. I'm very big on the universe doesn't have a sense of humor. It just is. It focuses on the highest vibration of whatever it is that you're thinking or saying. That's what it gives you every time. And for us on this plane, this earthly realm, shit always comes around like clockwork. What's the current situation here? High vibes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. At the bottom, walking away from what no longer serves you. This is the position that you're in. This death card coming out here first is transformation time, so you can heal. As we all know, if you're new to this channel, one thing about this one over here, be mindful of the energies that you're connected to and the way you express yourself, especially using that word try. It's an insult to doing. It's either you're doing something or you're not. Mm. Today, one of them days. One of them days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Hold on. It's a red overtone Earth Day, and Dick Gregory is also a red overtone Earth. And you know he don't play. You know he don't play. If you watch Dick Gregory's seminars or any of his presentations, you know he don't play around. You know he don't play around. Six of Cups, past life energy coming through here. So with the High Priestess as the challenge for this Death card as the current situation, is a revelation that it's already been revealed to you. The challenge is accepting what's been revealed. I'm tell you right now, as the messenger that I am, this ain't the age, this ain't the energy to be denying revelations that you receive. I'm speaking to those of you who do your meditations and are really connected to what it is that you're doing as far as your transformation. I was just about to say that you're serious about it, but it's not about you being serious. It's about you being accountable for what it is that you're asking for, what it is that you're receiving, and taking the appropriate action. Okay. Where is the moon at? It's in Leo, Aquarian degree. That's why this energy is so strong like this. Them zaps is real. I don't know if y'all have seen this show called The Power on Prime, where the women have tapped into their power of electricity. I know how y'all's energy be flowing through here. What's clarify this energy here? High Priestess with the Death card. The Hermit. These are major arcanas after major arcana. Revelation through the dark night of the soul. Do you need to go through another dark night of the soul? Some of you have to, ask yourself that question too. And why you're going through that, because you know it's obviously it's not lollipops and rainbows when you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? But this is also about showing up for this too. Because some of this showed up while you were going through the dark night of the soul, and some of you are still disregarding all of this energy with this Ace of Wands here. This is a rebirth. You're on the path of a rebirth. Take it. Take it. Take what you've asked for. At the top of the deck, you got the Four of Pentacles, the energy of holding back, but this is also Sun and Capricorn here. There's something about your personality that is just now rising up from this revelation that you've never tapped into this part of yourself. And in doing so, it does change a lot around you, and it changes the way you connect to opportunities as well, which isn't amazing news, but you have to show up for it. That's the key here. You have to show up for it. Six of Cups, because it's coming back around. That's Sun and Scorpio right there, Six of Cups. And then we got the Hermit here, Virgo energy, holding the lantern. And in this lantern is the star. There could be a part of you that you left behind as a child. And through this journey and uncovering all of these emotional wounds, you're reuniting with this part of yourself. It's like, had you had this part of yourself before, there would have been so many opportunities that knocked on your door, but you would have sabotaged it, because this part of you is highly creative. This part of you knows what unconditional love is. So it's like a form of protection here at a distance. It distances itself from you. Until you tempered yourself. With the Temperance energy here. I'm picking up something here about Halloween between 9 and 14. There's a very deep revelation between the ages of 9 and 14 that you may have swept under the rug, and that is the key to your transformation. For some of you, this is probably when Chiron was in a similar energy of the time that you were born. Or 2014. Let me get one more card here. Matter of fact, let me switch decks. This is something that is very deep because my left eye is getting teary-eyed, and that's 12th house. I truly feel this is what your soul came back for this time around. Yes, I'm telling you, this. There you go. 12th house energy right there, Pisces vibes. And you got this Aries vibes, knowing who you are, especially when it comes to even feeling like you were left out. Yeah, 5 of Cups is here at the bottom of the deck, and then we got the 2 of Pentacles here. So it may be 4 to 14. 414 is also significant. I was actually starting the first live when it popped up, but that was removed. It started at 414, so that number is significant too. Which is a week after the full moon in Libra. So I feel like you could be getting back on your feet. You being much more aware and celebrating being with self. Because there's a part of you that's coming back. There's a part of you that's coming back that helps you to dive deeper into who you are. Because without this, you were unable to move forward towards the 10 of Pentacles here, which speaks of wealth, support. This could be wealthy connections. And wealth doesn't have to be money. I feel like some of you, this connection, this wealthy connection could even just be the vibration of people. It's like for so long you've been around low vibrational people that you've lost yourself. So let's see here. Yeah, Page of Coins with the 10 of Swords. You lost your voice, but now you're getting it back. Let's see what's at the basis of this energy here. And I'm also picking up on the message of if you are someone that needs to seek professional assistance mentally, do that instead of, listening to readings or flipping tarot cards. Make sure you're there mentally first, because that's the one thing you don't want to dive into is this spiritual realm with the weak mind. You don't want to do that. Okay. What's the basis of this? How long is this moon hour? Because, 5:16. Okay. More minutes. But it's only going to get stronger because then right after that, we're going into Saturn. I'm telling you, this is one of them type of messages. Welcome, beloved. I love this. Unconditional love is sitting here at the bottom of the deck. Solid foundation when it comes to you being open. Unconditional love, success, new relationships. This is at the basis of your reading right now. New relationships, spiritual fulfillment, enlightenment. Okay, love. growth, fertility, affection, intimacy, deep feelings. This is what's at the basis of your spread right now, collective. And I love that, especially the way we started out here. This is not right or wrong or good or bad. This is just showing you cause and effect here. That currently you're in the space of transformation and transition. But what's the challenge could be what's being revealed to you as to what it is that you are finally completing as far as this transformation, because this is definitely something that is part of your DNA. It's one thing that it's your experience, but it's your experience because this is in your DNA. With the Six of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, Moon, Venus, and Taurus. Venus rules Taurus. But with the Moon in Taurus here, this speaks about your feelings when it comes to your core values and you feeling left out, possibly because of your core values. Not realizing that it's okay to disconnect, or being told certain things that if you disconnect this, you won't have this, you won't have that. That can really block someone psychologically, just hearing someone that they love tell that to them. And this is what I'm saying. If some of you truly know, or you've been thinking about seeking professional help as far as speaking to a therapist to do what you have to do, do that. Do what you have to do. Make sure you're mentally strong to take in these type of messages, because it's all about energy. And like I said, if you have a weak mentality, this ain't for you. Because there are things that you have to get up and out so that way you can, lighten the load and really be able to feel what's true to you. Because if you're not mentally stable, what's true to you, you may not even know what that is yet. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what's in your immediate past, beloved. All right. What's in the immediate past here for the collective? And this could even, if this is not you, this could even be people around you. Okay? That you may want to assist, with the gifts that you have. And when I mean gifts and abilities, I'm speaking about things on the spiritual or esoteric form. Not everybody is prepared for that, as they will have to literally detox their brain from the exoteric, and realizing that the esoteric is all is all a part of it. You're not just your skin. Within this skin, you have your bones, you have your organs, you have your blood, you have your veins, all of this. But see, with the exoteric mindset, all it is just skin. What's in the immediate past here? Shout out to all of you that are here. I see you. Just getting through these messages. What's in the immediate past here for the collective? The Ace of Wands. This already started. This rebirth already started. The immediate past is showing you that this rebirth has already begun. It has already begun to get you to your 10 of Cups. Come on now. So whatever's being released, let it be released. You'll know what has to be released when you can feel the lack of unconditional love, or just love in general, because love is unconditional. Like I said in previous videos, the fact that we have to say unconditional love, we are reprogramming the mind or the brain to realize that this word is something that comes with no conditions. It just is, just like the divine, just is. Okay, so it's an energy of this has already begun in terms of you fully. This, you see this here, as we were just talking about the 44, the child past life, they're the same frequencies here. It's the same. These are the same two people. These are two people. It's the inner child, and this is the mature self. but the inner child is still present. This is why you have this rainbow of the 10 of Cups, the alignment rainbow of all the colors of all of your chakras. Okay, let's see what's crowning the reading. You got portals and the universe stepping in here. Pluto, Neptune, Mercury. What's crowning your reading is the Four of Swords. So what this is speaking of, you know what this is, what's at the forefront of your mind is what you have to put to rest. That's literally causing this anxiety. 45-55. Let's look at this. Show me the Four of Swords here. Some of you are going to do what's comfortable so that way you don't have to go into battle. But not going into, some of you are going to, it's not battle. If you are battling this, it's because you're going backwards. But if you're going to war, you're going to handle it and get it over with. And with the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords, that's 13. This is where you're currently at. You're deciding if you want to go to war or if you're going to go to battle. And you already know, choose your battles wisely. Is it a wise decision? A wise decision is realizing the obstacles and challenges that you've been through to gain the wisdom, and you gaining the wisdom is you applying what you know. And applying what you know for some of you don't even mean fight back. It means to walk away. Walk away from whatever notion you have or ideals that are not serving your highest purpose. You can feel this. Some of you are ignoring that feeling. Others of you that are not ignoring that feeling, what's at the forefront of your mind is that you're putting it to rest. I'm going to pull another card, see what's next. What's after this, Four of Swords? Yeah. The Strength card, and it came out in reverse. And the reason why some of you won't be able to put this to rest because you're looking for somebody to understand you. That's ain't nobody here to understand you but yourself. No one's here to understand you but you. 47-47 on the timer. That's 11-11. So this is like you being stuck in between worlds of the fourth dimension and having access to the seventh dimension, Aquarius energy, but you're not responding to the revelation. The High Priestess here as a challenge and not responding to the revelation, which now makes you feel like, you lack confidence, or you're not confident enough to put this to rest, or not having the confidence doesn't allow you to put this to rest because you feel like you need these situations or people around you. And some of you who are clearing from this, you're realizing where you have lost the confidence, where you have lost your courage, and you're putting it to rest. Clarify this energy here. What's the Four of Swords? The Moon. So as we approach this full moon in Libra, you're feeling where you do have to disconnect. It's not something that you can sit here and deny no more. So much so that the energies around you they're not even denying, what has occurred in terms of influencing this type of response with the energy. Okay, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. Some of you may be a moon in Capricorn, or a mother could be a Capricorn. That could be significant. Let's see, what's this? Wow, King of Pentacles and the Emperor. Moon in Taurus, Moon in Aries. This is like materializing something here before knowing who you are. This is why it doesn't get off the ground, which led to a lack of confidence. Because the King of Pentacles is Taurus, I have. The Emperor is Aries, I am. But this King of Pentacles, if we're looking at the cosmic order, it's Aries to Taurus, not Taurus to Aries. So what's being revealed to you, what's being shown from the darkness here of the moon energy, as we did have the hermit clarifying the high priestess, which is your challenge. You have gone through this dark night of the soul, have really stepped into the shadow phase, but haven't fully integrated it. But stepping into the shadow phase, stepping into this dark night of the soul, this is where the Ace of Wands have begun. The rebirth has begun the moment that you decided to confront. I would not say confront. For some of you, it's confront your shadow and realizing that it's not there to harm you. So you can integrate it. Once you're able to integrate that, now you're stepping into your Jupiter energy, which is all about integration of your life path through the lessons. And then Saturn is right after that saying, all right, let me see, based on what you have integrated thus far, this is what you now know. This is what you can expand on. But there are certain limits I have to put on you so you can see how far you can go with this and break these psychic boundaries. Neptune. Shit's real. But before that, you're going to be put in a position between Saturn and Neptune of Uranus, of really seeing on a deeper level to enlightenment about these insights that you have through these restrictions that Saturn puts you through. Okay, so let's see here. What's this strength card in reverse? What's the strength card in reverse? The Five of Cups. Sorrow, pains, and regrets. This is how you're deciding to use your willpower. As this is Mars in Scorpio, Mars has to do with the use of your willpower, gut instincts, solar plexus energy when it comes to you creating, but the energy that it's connected to has to do with your transformation. That's the current energy here. Are you really in a position to trust what you feel? Because that's what Mars in Cancer is doing for you right as we speak. It's making you swim deep into the oceans. Chariot, Cancer energy. It's making you swim real deep. And there are certain energies you're connecting to that has to do with your ancestral bloodline, not necessarily your experience, but this is how deep some of you are going. You may have Cancer in the fourth, or Chiron in the fourth, or Chiron in Cancer, or Chiron in the 12th, or Chiron in Pisces, that type of vibe. Even Chiron in the 8th, Chiron in Scorpio. It's the water energies that I'm picking up on here as far as your Chiron. But it doesn't mean you have to have Chiron to feel that way. But that's just what's coming through here. We got the Four of Swords. Here. Yeah, you know what you have to let go of. Because with this Four of Swords, it's showing, okay, where this figure has access to the sword still has access to the sword. Now, the sword could be mental clarity, or you can take action with that sword. that may not necessarily be a win-win outcome for you or anyone else. And we have the Sun card. Now the Sun has to do with the ego as well. What should they do here? Heal. Let me see what's next, and we'll swoop this back around here. You're going to have to put work into this healing. You know this already. But I feel like some of you are blocking a specific step. It's like you get to a point where you are having a breakthrough. And you may connect with someone from the past that triggers a restart of the process of you breaking through. So it's like you're going back to square one with this. Let's see here. What's happening next? We have the King of Pentacles. It's coming out in a sideways position, which is a challenge. Again, King of Pentacles has to do with the throat chakra. Ears, nose, eyes, and throat. That's that throat chakra. And the mouth, obviously. Six of Swords and the Hangman with the Three of Cups. Yeah, this is it. Damn, that's exactly what I just said then. So this is like moving forward, breaking through, reconciling, and being brought back to a pause position with this Hangman here. Show me more about this. Some of you have mathematical gifts. You're very wise. But you're more than likely around people who tell you that you can't be successful doing what you enjoy, and you have to work hard doing other things to get what you know you can get by trusting in your gifts, trusting yourself, being courageous and trusting yourself. Great business acumen, but you're around an energy that doesn't allow you to be that way. Page of Cups. So King of Pentacles receiving an offer from a Page of Cups. That's what's happening next. Seven of Swords. Which is also about being careful, being cautious, moving forward. Venus in Aquarius. Not Venus. Moon in Aquarius. We got the moon up here as the current situation. Let me look at this here. It could be a Taurus that is coming in here with some great news to help you turn the page here. Especially with this Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You've met this person before with the Ace of Wands in the immediate past. But you also have the King of Pentacles here clarifying the Moon card. This is something that was hidden from you until you've healed from whatever it was that wouldn't allow you to connect to this frequency. So if this is a wealthy energy, you had to disconnect from a lack mindset. Simple as that. Some of you are going to receive assistance when it comes to the business that you want to set up. This could even be you asking for help or assistance from someone, and you're not the type of person that asks people for help. Let's see here. But this person only shows up when you're being real with yourself and you're actually ready to move forward and taking what it is that you're asking advice for. Because also some of you here are apprehensive about asking that to whomever this may be, as they do carry that Scorpio frequency of the King of Pentacles being Taurus. The polar opposite is Scorpio, and your current situation is the Death card, which is the major arcana for Scorpio. This is like balancing, the moments when you have to get to work and when there are moments to have fun. There are also times when you can merge the two. But this is specifically to focusing on work. Another message, not the whole message, but focusing on work when it's time to work. Focusing on play when it's time to play. Yes, show me this energy. Mars. That's exactly that, because you got the King of Pentacles showing through here with your with what's at the forefront of your mind. Is something that's been hidden. You feel like this has been hidden. This is something you hid from yourself. You hid yourself from yourself. This is like sweeping something under the rug and realizing that when it was time to really move on, part of moving on had to do with taking this rug up. And once you picked up that rug, you realize what was still sitting there and you have to confront it now. You can no longer skip this step. It helps you with your physical energy, drive, strength, and fighting spirit. Mars. Some of you may want to get more familiar with your Mars placement and looking at the aspects it has to other planets. Okay. It's like the universe wants to give you this offer through this Taurus energy. And now I'm picking up on this is not something you should say no to. So it's going to make sure it puts you in a position to say yes. Because this is part of your heart's desires. Because whatever's at the forefront of your mind that you have to put to rest is causing you to not be confident. Whatever this is that you have to put to rest, it's not causing you to not have confidence. It may have led to that. And once you realize that you're worth more than what someone says or the way they feel about you, because you understand yourself and you're not getting someone to understand you, you're now able to move forward and heal. This could be something that's one of those things that's part of your DNA. 1414 is significant. It was just 10459. 1414 is significant. What else here? Let me grab these. Please here. Show me this. We got Faye Ansu's coming out. The rune Ansu's. Warnings are a gift, holy knowledge. There are no coincidences. Be attentive and aware of the wise one. Aligning with the positive in the negative. Aligning with the positive in the negative. This feels like a long line of psyche blocks. We have the yellow warrior, the power of intelligence, action through questions. Yes, asking for help. Let me see. Fearlessness, Saturn, throat chakra, new moon. This has been manifesting since the new moon in Libra. We're approaching the full moon, so it is completion. 33, the number 4. And there we go, Taurus. They may be a life path 33 or 4, which could also be that they're life path 22, master builder. When you ask the question from a space of courage and confidence, you're not so much surprised, but you'll see the doors you're able to open. Because when the energy that I'm picking up on that, when you do ask to open up these doors, you're not in a state where you're just checking to see what source gonna say if this is actually. Don't play with the energy like that. That's all I'm gonna say. AWAS, movement, progress, horse, passage, transition, and movement, relocation, new attitudes, or new life. Trust, teamwork, love, partnership, animals, emotions. The mind will trust the body will trust the mind. Trust between individuals, sexuality, able to detect deceit and uncover subtle. Trust and bonds with animals, a whisperer. See, some of you have pets that are giving you cues. Ability to detect deceit. I'm telling you. So either you're going to shift from the old paradigm of what people before you have done that your DNA is connected to, or break free. Why is the King of Pentacles in this position here? So what's next? Five of Wands. What's this challenge when it comes to creativity and doing things that they love to do? Show me this Five of Wands. Show me the Five of Wands. Three of Wands, which is the Sun and Aries card, which is ruled by Mars. Eight of Wands. This is about listening to when Source speaks to you. Because the next step is coming in as a small gesture, but it's the whole picture. Five of Pentacles here. Mercury in Taurus. Mercury goes into Taurus on the 3rd of April. And if you're still feeling stuck, Mercury will be in a sextile with Saturn in Pisces, where you'll start to feel unstuck, but that unstuckness comes with Pluto shutting down all that is not for your highest purpose. I just heard ready or not. Things about to move forward. Eight of Wands. Three of Cups. 533. There go that 33 once again. This is mastering the vision, building that vision, and now being able to share the building of that vision with others. Master number 33. Then we got the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So we're looking at within the next 5 days, 5 days. What's 5 data? Chosen, beast, chest, chess. Breathe. It's a game of chess, not checkers. What source said. Salome. Wasn't there somebody in the chat with that name? No. Okay. Wow. All right. 111 degrees. Shango. Shit. Okay. Thursday is significant. Yesterday. Yesterday was, let me see, was a 13-day, 4-day. 3. That's 3 hogs. Snape. That guy from Harry Potter. Enoch. Elijah. Let's see here. What's 196? 196. Foolish. 5 data is foolish. Some of you, this is like the 5th time you're doing something. And the fact that it's more than just the first time you're being seen as incapable here. But you have to strip yourself from that notion. Because each time you go through this, you are learning something new. And this is for those of you who know that, you're evolving and people don't see that. And if you know you're doing something over and over again and you know you're not evolving, then that's a different story. It's time to, really ask yourself why, we're going down that path constantly if we're not seeing the fruits of it. It may have something to do with the South Node. $13. I gotta see this. What is 270? To grasp, take hold, take possession, to hold back. What was the other number? 45. Yeah, there's some people, energies around you that's saying that you stupid for doing what you do. Why are you doing what you do if you ain't gonna listen? That's 45. Come on. Is the number of the devil, and it's implanted into the heart's rhythm to metaphysically twist people up. 5 data. Say less. All right. Okay. Connect that to your Saturn vibes. Let's go to the advice. Because this is something that is actually helping you with your fighting spirit. Mars. What house is this? 5th house. Okay. Having to do with love, romance, children, taking risk, doing things that you love to do, taking a risk, doing things that you love to do. And risk as in renewal and source knowledge. What's the advice? There go that 5 of Cups again. Release the sorrow, pains, and regrets that's making you lose this confidence, because this is what's clarifying what's at the forefront of your mind. There go that Fool card. And that first number that we just pulled up on from 5 data, we looked at the lexicon numbers. What was that first number? That first number was 196, which represents foolish. There's a difference between the actual word fool and foolish, something like it. See, there's some people who may have taken your journey and realize that it's not for them, but instead of saying that it's just not for them, they want to come at you in a whole different low vibrational way, but you shouldn't do it. That's not your path. Your path is to, it was part of, they were part of your path where they had to tell you what they've done and what they weren't comfortable with, so that way you have, an idea. Welcome, Ocean Goddess. Clarify this. Two of Wands at a crossroads. And you did have the Three of Wands being clarified, being a clarifying card of what's happening next, which is about taking that journey on your own. But right now you're at a crossroads, and at this crossroads, you're being asked to let go of the sorrow, pains, and regrets and turn around to this unconditional love. Two new cups that are standing nice and tall for you. And these Three of Cups energy that you keep wanting to reconcile with and make things work. It's either for a season or a lifetime. Some of this here, speaking of something seasonal, it's time for you to bring your energy back to yourself. Okay? Temperance. You have the Angel of Temperance around you at this time, helping you to stabilize the energy that could be easily turned into aggression, especially with Mars and Cancer. Especially with Mars and Cancer. There go the Eight of Wands and the Three of Swords. All of this is coming in fast for you to clear out the heart space, the heart chakra. Because again, the basis of your spread is unconditional love, fulfillment, spiritual fulfillment, intimacy, deep feelings. But if you're still holding on to things that doesn't allow you to go deep within your feelings and being vulnerable, because in most cases, when you're being vulnerable, you're putting yourself at a state where people have access to your emotions, and they decide what they're going to do with that. You can tell them as much as you want to tell them about you to get them to understand you. But if they don't understand themselves and you confuse them with your high vibration, when you go through things, they're not coming at you. But when they go through things, they want you to feel the way that they feel. That's something where you got to be real mindful of and decide at that moment, that's something you're going to stay around or you're going to disconnect from. Because you're choosing, after seeing what you have seen, to continue down that path. But that should not stop you from being at a state where you can connect deeply to your emotions and your feelings and be intimate and vulnerable, because not everybody's going to do the same thing. So some of you have to really close that chapter out. Ten of Wands. Saturn in Sag. Let me pull another Ten of Cups is here. Okay. Let me pull another. So with that being said, with that Ten of Cups showing up there with the Two of Wands, Temperance, and the Ten of Wands here, there's a lot that's being revealed to you. As you have at the forefront of your mind, I feel like, again, it has been revealed, but the challenge is accepting what it is that you're seeing. Some of you are seeing people do things either through your meditation or your dream state, your sleeping state that you have during your sleeping state, where it's like, it's hard to believe that this is what you're seeing. Energy is energy. It can get real confusing when you start to, it's like the soul being in service of the ego when the ego is supposed to be in service of the soul. If you're not looking at the energy for the energy that it is, it'll misconstrue the process of what it is that you're feeling, and you can disregard where it's coming from because of the relation or the person. And if you're doing that, this is when now the ego is not in service of the soul, where the soul is in service of the ego, but the soul is eternal, not the ego. Keep that in mind. You want that unconditional love? Get in that chariot with your soul. Let me see. Show me this here. It's like you've been seeking for what it was that was connected to this emotion that you have that you couldn't shake off. But some of these things weren't revealed at the time that you wanted it to be because of how intense it was. But now that you received it, because you're so ready and strengthened to receive it, some of you are ignoring it. So yeah, the soul can dip out of here when it wants to. And that's what it does. King of Swords. You're aware. This is what I was saying about this sword. Yeah. You can either choose with this information to do something you're going to regret, or use this knowing, this sword of truth that is definitely painful to lay on a sword. Come on now. It tells you everything you need to know, but you also have the free will to make a decision as to what you do thereafter. Do you go to battle? Or do you go to war? Or do you just walk away completely? So now we have that third step of walking away completely, because some of you have gone through the battle, have gone through the wars. There's no need to keep going through that anymore, though. You can choose to, absolutely. But for what? Look how far you've come along your healing process. Why backtrack it? To prove a point? To who? To somebody outside of you? Prove to yourself that you have unconditional love and walk away from the situation. I don't mean be a pussy about it either. Don't sit here and let people beat up on you. That's not, if you've been here long enough, you know I don't roll like that. Okay? But just don't let nobody take advantage of you. By you not taking advantage of yourself. By letting others take advantage of you. Shit is over with. It's over with. Three of Cups. Give me 1 second. I gotta see this stag energy. Because with the stag in the background, because that Three of Cups is, again, it's Mercury. And then we have the King of Swords, which is Aquarius. And Pluto will be in Aquarius, squaring Mercury, which will be in Taurus, while Mars is in Cancer. So the energy, the moods are very shifty here. What you know and what you decide that, that's not it, or what, going back and forth. Now the Three of Cups is celebration. Let me see. Well, it has the elk here. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The earth element in its masculine form, this means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. Now, with that being a Saturn card, that does speak of something outside of you, something having to do with the collective. So, everyone, as far as the collective is concerned, is going through this type of shift where what's no longer emotionally fulfilling, it's being stripped away. The way the collective handles that, each one handles what's happening, obviously that's going to look different. But with this Two of Wands, that's Mars and Aries. So Mars speaks of the use and action of your willpower, what your instincts are telling you to do. Okay. As far as it has to do with your individuality, taking action. And in the sign of Aries, which is ruled by Mars, this has to do with, first and foremost, the head. Now, the head just became significant. So, Saturn has been restricting and limiting some of you, obviously with purpose. There's certain people you want to reach out to that you can't reach. And that's your protection. That's your clue. And this could be like after the third time you've called somebody and they didn't answer or they didn't return your call or anything like that. That's part of the energies of letting go, I would say, for the next 6 months, and focus on you. Focus your energy on where you are recognized, accepted, appreciated, loved. Okay. Four of Cups. So we'll constantly see like the 2, 3, and 4 of Cups with Mars in Cancer, that's for sure. But here we have the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. That's 7. So there were like 7 different deep, intense emotions that y'all have experienced. 7. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Not 7. 7 so far. Or some of you may have even Saturn in the 7th house, which is putting a limit or restriction on your partnerships. Literally to remove you from those that will prevent you from asking for assistance, especially when when you should be asking outside of you, how do I do this or how do I do that or what to do, and not being afraid to do it. It just feels like an energy where someone has sorrow, pains, and regrets because they really don't want to disappoint somebody about what they're about to do next. Yeah, fuck all that. Respectfully, fuck all that. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Because I'm one that I go through my shifts and I will sit there and shed my tears thereafter when that Mars and Aries hit. And then I soften up, become that Libra energy. The tears do come. But I feel better after that. So some of you got to just release it. Some of y'all need to go boxing or something. Hit a bag or something. Or a smash room. Get all this aggression out. We'll put this energy into strength training. Because what's in the environment? The Star card. This is, what I'm saying. I like to see this. So this Aquarius energy ain't no joke. It's not playing. We're going to keep talking about this until this full moon Libra kick in. It's coming in quickly here, though. This could even be, huh? So this could even be that person that you've been wanting to reach out to, but they never reached back. Or those same people in the past that you've asked assistance from. They left you out in the cold. But now with the sun in conjunction to Chiron, full moon in Libra, with Pluto in this, listen, Linda. You're about to get your opportunity to be like, I told you so, rub it in somebody's face, but don't stoop to that level. Just show people the grace that you have from the journey you've been on, from all that you've been through. That's literally the test for us. I've been saying that for the past few lives because we're getting closer and closer and closer to this moment. Because someone in your environment sees you as the healer. But right now is what's next. You have the core values to become emotionally stable and secure through the lack thereof. And now you're receiving the message from someone that has to jump out of their element to come towards you, to ask you for the same assistance you've asked them for, or something to that effect. Where you were rejected you were rejected, and that same person that rejected you is now coming forward. This could even be like, let's say this has to do with work, and they didn't see you as qualified, this, that, or whatever. And then this particular place ends up receiving great news, or people talking about you from another client or something like that, where they're like discussing you, and now that this employer is like, wait a minute, what's their name, da, 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 da. And then they realize they lost a gem. So now you could be in a position where there are certain employers that didn't see you for all that you are, and now they need you. It's not they want you, they need you. At first, they may even try, insult to doing, to make you feel like you need them. Not realizing that you have gone through a process that you can't even function on that path of thought vibration where that would work. They can't even pull that trigger because there are no other triggers to pull. You've gone through the transformations of your past triggers already. You ain't foolish no more, huh? This is how you're being viewed from the environment. At first you were a fool, but now you're the star. You went from the fool tower moment, card number 16, straight the tower, straight to the star. Look at that, 5 of swords. This is uncomfortable conversation now somebody gonna have to have. As far as Venus and Aquarius, this is something in your environment that sees that you have the core values or the tools to bring forth this emotional stability. Yep, Ace of Wands, and that's what's in your immediate past here. And like I said, when this came out, you've already, from the moment you decided to go through the dark night of the soul, this rebirth has begun. You started to realign yourself with your ambition, what you're enthusiastic about, spiritual balance, building an enterprise. And most people were looking at you like you were crazy for thinking that you can build an enterprise from you doing that. That's what you're going to do. All right. You gonna see. We'll see. Look at that. It's a long journey, but this is what's at the foundation of your spread. As long as you're doing what you do with love, oh, the universe got you. Even if you're doing things with the opposite, the universe gonna have you too. That's a choice. Clarify this energy of the environment. Your idea wasn't so stupid now, huh? What? Be like that. Be like that. Knight of Cups. You're gonna come in here real graceful. Real graceful. This could even be people who don't normally invite you to stuff, but they see your glow up. Here come them invitations. You got Queen of Cups here. Could be in Cancer or someone from your family. They see you as worthy now. Four of Cups. Definitely someone you know and you've been vulnerable with. This could be an ex for some of you. Oh boy. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I might come in here rushing. Let's see what's at the top here. King of Cups. Look at this one. What's at the top here? Seven of Swords. There you go. There. See, the Seven of Swords is more like deception, trying to get away with stuff, though, which is an insult to doing. It's either you're going to get away with it or you're not. Stop trying to do something that you sitting here deciding what you're going to do when you're actually doing it. This seems like a liar. Show up for it then. Show up for it so you can see what it is. And some of you are showing up and seeing this through your dream state with this cat here. Some of these people don't realize your night vision. Three Wands, 555. What's the message? What's the message? Ten of Swords. So now on the flip note, when we're looking at how you're moving forward, this is the divine coming in with an opportunity for you that everything that you have experienced with all of this betrayal, you can literally feel the relief of no longer having these swords in your back. Or you may even be shown the truth by source as far as what that situation looks like for you. So you will no longer block what's being revealed or feel like what's being revealed is not true. Nine of Wands, Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups, and the Devil. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Okay, there's that. Why do they have to see this in this manner? As it relates to the High Priestess here, why do they have to see this in this manner? Why do they have to see this in this manner? What were they blocking from themselves? What were they blocking from themselves? Foresight, planning, and the strategy. Alpha Centurion, number 2, which is the High Priestess card here. Some of you seen your life without certain vibrations and you couldn't believe it. 11-7. That's the 6 of Cups, which was clarifying the High Priestess here. This feels like what happens to people when they get hypnotized and they put all the puzzle pieces together. Because you got the Lyrans right up under that. Strength, courage, and bravery. And strength is at the crown of your message. Basically, was at the forefront of your mind, which is the lack of strength, courage in reverse. Not being brave. Let me see what the angels and ancestors have to say. Why was it blocked? Or why did they block it from themselves? Higher self, why would they block it from themselves? Not because you don't, because you letting go the need to be right. Avoiding what you know. It's like letting go the need to be right. I feel like it's you creating a story within yourself and not, there goes the stag. We just read that. And the stag was in the 2 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. In the 10 of Wands, the stags are in the shadow, or the elk is in the shadow. And then you have the stags that are in the 2 of Wands facing the person. Let me show you. See, the 2 of Wands. It's like either route you took, you were still being protected and guided. But you would block this from yourself to let go the need to be right. You've known this all along, though, but I feel like some of you forgot. And we got this bison in the back, buffalo in the back. Love and let yourself be loved, heart guardian. You blocked it to be loved. And it ended up being the complete opposite. Hold space, see beyond the current situation. And this is the representation for some of you of your divine masculine and feminine energies within. A druid and a seer. Odin could be significant. Runes, where are you? Higher self, why would you allow that? Why would you allow this process? Show me your room. Why would you allow this process? We have the rune of Jara, harvest, fertile phase, 1 year. Why the higher self would allow this for patience, cycles, time, orbits, and the proper effort. Psychological time, fertility, creativity, and harmony with the land. Summer harvest was winter food. Initiating. Why? Initiating gradual and lasting change in flow of life. Because as you sow, so shall you reap. The letter F, 3, W, Leo, Libra. We have one more rune here. Soilo, the rune of the sun. So this is about connecting back with the earth. Some of you are legit earth angels or fire angels or air angels. And you had to go through this lesson to build your foresight and to develop a strategy in this time frame that we're in now. Because this is where your legacy comes from. It's giving the vibes of Cinderella because I'm seeing Sun in Leo, Venus in Libra. That's a very beautiful, handsome person. So you're easily envied, easily, just by your appearance. And you also carry great skill. The higher self wanted you to get back to the seat of the soul in cosmic energies to meet your goals. So that way you can strengthen your psychic centers, all of your chakras. You have the force of fire in the physical and mental world. Your soul signed up for a biggie. You got it though. Six. Wow. Okay. Let's go to further advice. So the Justice card there. King of Wands. You don't have to do things to show out. People see you because that's how bright your aura is. And you refrain from doing things to be loved, but it did the complete opposite. But now in seeing that, you're answering your calling, the same one you ignored to be loved. This may even have happened at a subconscious level too. Further advice. We got the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. I just heard call on your cosmic family to help you here. So in doing so, we got the Ten of Wands showing up. Which was showing up for this here Five of Cups recently. You're becoming more aware of your surroundings, of what loyalty is, feels, smells, tastes, touches like. You're making a decision. Making a decision. So I just want you to make a decision here. Through telepathy. Whoever you are, that's how advanced you are, because this is how the messages is coming out. They want you to make a decision about how you're going to move forward with this newfound awareness you have about where to go, about what support actually looks like, feels like. It's not so much about people reading each other's minds, but being able to communicate on that level and not selling yourself short anymore based on being able to have that type of connection. Ten of Swords again. Allow the moon in Libra to assist you, the full moon in Libra to assist you to bring this to completion. So be more patient with yourself throughout the process. That full moon is on the 5th or 6th, depending on where you're located. And that's 16, right? 16 degrees. Let me see this. Let's look deeper into this here. Libra 16. Wow. Metaphorically speaking, a woman, the lower half of her body is a serpent. Magic working simultaneously from two divergent levels: the regular, human, everyday magic of holding yourself together as a complex and volatile mix by sheer intent, and the deeper magic of yielding into the undersoul, the passions, the desires, the impulses, and the skills of the subconscious levels, primarily being absorbed in the deep forces of body and soul, but meanwhile bending over backwards to frame everything in normalcy. Yeah. This combination is extremely difficult to maintain. It is fragile, delicate, and dangerous. You secretly exult in how impossible it really is and urge yourself onward to work this magic and wield it with the same kind of life force that moves at the edge of an abyss and stays on that edge in a balancing act that may capsize at any moment. And it therefore is entered upon with the passion of the most dazzling cross between sheer foolishness and a wizard's mastery. Speaking about full circle. And 16 degrees of Libra, that would be the Two of Swords. Now, its polar opposite energy, Aries 16, three sculptured birds, one black marble, one white marble, and one solid gold. Genius, an extraordinary consciousness in a threefold sweep of the phases of intelligence coming into its fullest domain. King of Pentacles also speaks of domain. At first, the naive confidence in the mental powers and in your own ability to know what everyone needs to know and do what everyone needs to do. But later on, there creeps in, and always was there hovering, the terrible knowledge that you know nothing, understand even less, and are operating in the dark. This can be terrifying, but is also redemptive in radical measure. Then there comes a synthesis, a cooking up of the raw intelligence into a vital grasp of the essentials in life, and in particular of your own place in this world, with the brilliant awakening to the total design and how your own awareness is perfectly poised in the center to reflect all that is. Truly. Okay. Allow this full moon in Libra to assist you with the sun in conjunction to Chiron, because the door opens then. You are the micro, the macro. You are also the transitions and or changes of the planets, of the objects in space. This is why this planet is being watched by cosmic beings, other cosmic high vibrational beings. They've been in the same position that Earth has been in, where it could be a detriment to itself because of the energies on it. So what's happening now is the cleansing of it, of the energies within those that are inhabiting this planet. Here we have the Ace of Cups. You're not a foolish person for having or being tapped into higher consciousness and being aware that there's so much energy around you, in you, between where your feet are presently grounding and what's above you, as far as you want to go above you. Ten of Swords comes out. This is the Sun on Mercury and Gemini card. So everything that was blocking your frame of mind or thinking or receiving information, you're now, you're being cleansed by the light, by these solar flashes, flares, and CMEs that are coming. That shit is, there ain't no joke now. Yeah, Page of Pentacles right there. This is what we're clarifying. Especially when it comes to your hopes and fears, it's time for you to step more into faith and know. It's time to step into more faith and knowing. What's this? I'm also getting people have to get used to governing themselves. Page of Pentacles, look at that. Justice and temperance. Because that's really why you have all of these rules. The law is universal law. Everything else that mankind is putting forth to control people or to tell people what to do, those are rules. It's like a game, like a simulation. You feel me? So when you know yourself, you know how to conduct yourself. And what stay away from. What's the outcome? What is the outcome? The Page of Wands. I love to see it. Okay. And that was your current situation yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's time to get excited for what you're about to build on, taking this journey on your own and being more than okay with actually going on this journey on your own. Ashe. At the bottom, you got that. Then you got the Four of Pentacles here. It may seem uncomfortable at first, but ride the ebbs and flows of it. What else here? Eight of Wands. What's this communication coming in? What does this have to do with here? What does this have to do with here? So, the fire element. This will answer your question. So, the Agarthans overstand unconditional love and they don't like to step into this realm, but they do when they have to. Okay. So, the Agarthans here are all about manifesting multidimensional perception and attunement. There could be certain things that are happening as far as the information you're receiving, where you're getting it from, when it comes through, to open up the door for you to manifest through multidimensional perceptions. Now, this is what I was saying about telepathy. Your sonar abilities are now awakening. And it's bringing me to the High Priestess here as your challenge card. There's a lot that's being revealed to you through your ears, information that you're hearing. You're not even present. These people could literally be a whole 3-hour drive away from you. but you can hear certain things that source wants you to hear that is for your highest purpose, for you to literally move on. Now, let me see here. This information is coming in quickly about anything that you've been dancing around that's an issue, anything having to do with illness or a weak ethereal light body. To strengthen the ethereal light body. What was at the bottom? The fire element, warrior, passion, and fearlessness. I feel like this is exactly what's being washed out of you. When we were speaking of the blue avians coming out in reverse, which was the number 7 card. So that would be a 7th dimension. There's 2 birds that literally just flew by right there. And they're the birds too. And with that 7 being in reverse, it brings it to 1 if we're looking at the houses. So you not knowing who you are, your cosmic blueprint. See, that's the thing with this here age of Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius. A lot of these transformations have connections, have to do with your cosmic blueprint. That if you're not in alignment to that, anything that is preventing you from being in that alignment is going to be removed as it must go. Because other than that, you will not be able to withstand the frequency that is now going to be here on this planet, where now the Guardians wouldn't mind being here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm reading your question, your statement here. Do I feel guides and ancestors go out of their element for wisdom they want to pass to us as messages? Personally speaking, I don't feel like they go out of their element, but they do wait for you to realign with all of the elements that are within you so they can pass the information over to you, especially with the heart, because the owls have a very interesting, peculiar way of hunting. That if they're high in the mountains and they cannot see their prey, the way that they're able to eat is by listening to the heartbeat of their prey while they're submerged in snow. You feel me? So how things are in this realm doesn't, you're right, that I could see that doesn't coincide with the dimensions of such that such forces exist, because that's what those that are here on this planet have learned or were taught until you decide to wake yourself up. But this is also why you have a lot of these powers, divine powers, that are now here on this realm. They have always been, but this is where you also have the story of ascended masters. because they carry all of those elemental powers. You see? So, but yeah, that right there. It's all about living your truth with these Agarthans. It says here, Agarthans mostly avoid traveling to surface Earth due to the energetic harshness and toxins, though they do visit when need be. So this is like if you know somebody, and they want to come over, they come over to your crib the first time, and they realize you're not, you know, a tidy person, they're not gonna want to come back. It's just straight like that. You feel me? Yep, everything is definitely a ripple effect. This is why now things are shifting the way that they are. A lot that you see going on today, whether it's the cosmic realm or spiritual, whatever you want to call it, has actually been in past times something that you weren't able to do or you were murdered for doing. Now, fuck that. This is the Earth is an amazing planet where you have people that can create things that, you know, other powers and other realms are really intrigued by, just as much as we are intrigued by their powers. But there's too much greed here. So this planet has to literally be washed out of all the greed that leads to jealousy, envy, and competition, and all these other low vibrational ways of doing things. And also with Pluto and Aquarius for those 20 years, it's going to allow people to live much longer. You may not see as much births, but you're going to see longevity of those who are here because of that recalibration. First and foremost, of the heart and the brain and the connection between the two, as Aquarius is both air and water. So, yeah, that was a vibe. The message was a vibe. Just show up for what's cleansing. Just show up for what's cleansing. Let me talk my shit and get these energies out of you. And you go live your best life. You know what I'm saying? You go live your best life. And if you're going to say something to somebody where you feel like you have to express yourself, give them a nice, good old parable. They got to figure it out. Where they don't know whether to argue with you, give you a hug. You know what I mean? Give them a parable. That's what I stay doing. And people be looking at me like, huh? Well, should have thought about that. Should have thought about that. For real. But yeah, y'all, because I've been talking about how certain DNA strands that have been spliced in human beings are reattaching themselves, which includes extended life. Yep. Uh-huh. Have y'all seen Raising Dion? Upheavals to rebuild the foundation. It's a revolution. Welcome, third eye. Listen. But all right. I will see y'all on the next live. I'm about to go take my ass and go meditate. That's what I'm really about to do. And I'm a vibe out. So I may come back. If not, I will see y'all in a few hours, meaning mañana. Whatever. Love you though. Take care of yourself. Drink your water. Smile. Watch something that brings joy into your life. Mind your business. And let your business mind you on some real.